Hey, it's Ez with Rideshare Genius, coming to you from beautiful Santa Monica, California, a place that I am lucky to call home. So I wanted to talk for a minute about Sidecar. You guys might have heard the news that Sidecar is going out of business on December 31st, 2015. And if you're not familiar with Sidecar, Sidecar was a ride-sharing app similar to Uber and Lyft, much smaller than Lyft actually, only in a very limited number of cities, like 10 cities or so. And it worked a little bit differently than Uber and Lyft in that as a passenger you would put in your pickup location, and then you would also put in your destination. You had to put in your destination, and you would be presented with a list of drivers you could choose from. You could see the driver's ratings, you could check out the profile, and each driver would be able to write a couple sentences about themselves or what perks they included, like I have phone chargers or I have cold waters, things like that. And then the drivers would actually have different prices as well, and you could see what kind of car they drove too. So you could get a bigger car, a fancier car, whatever you wanted. And as a driver, it was cool in that you could set your price. You couldn't just set any old price you wanted, but it was kind of cool in that for a while, kind of like how Uber has, say, 2.0 surge pricing, in Sidecar, I could set my rate to 2.0. I'll only take rides that are at 2.0 or 3.0 even. And you could set your minimum fare as high as $12 here in Los Angeles at least. So that was pretty cool. And, I leveraged that to my advantage. I, would set my, turn on my Sidecar app and set my multiplier to like 2.8 and set my minimum fare to $12. And I didn't have to worry about getting pinged and going out and doing a $2 minimum fare because I knew I would be compensated for my time. I'd get at least $10 for a ride. So it was pretty cool in that regard. Now, earlier in 2015, Sidecar pivoted and they tried to get away from rides because they couldn't compete with Lyft and Uber, and they tried to start doing food deliveries. So I was sent an offer to start, doing their delivery program, and at first it was pretty cool because they would offer these blocks, and they were generally 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. during the day for a guaranteed $20 an hour, or they were 5:30 to 10:30 p.m. for $25 an hour. And these dollar amounts were actual take-home pay, not fares that they would then cut into by taking a commission. So I was able to really milk that for a couple months and use it to my advantage. I stopped doing Uber and Lyft, and I was doing a lot of Sidecar deliveries. I would be making $185 a day, driving very little. A lot of the time I would just be sitting in my apartment waiting for a ping, and I could work on other things, other projects, other things I was working on. So that was really cool that I was able to take advantage of that opportunity. So my point in this video is, what can we as drivers take away from what happened to Sidecar? And I think there's two things we can take away from it. First of all, take advantage of every opportunity that's out there. So, new apps are going to pop up. There's going to be sign-up bonuses. They're going to try to entice drivers by offering great hourly guarantees and things like that. These are probably going to be more like delivery apps rather than ride-sharing apps, because I think that space is pretty full right now with Uber and Lyft, but who knows? So anyway, take advantage of these opportunities. When new apps and new services come out, they need us drivers, and they need to entice us by offering us good money and good benefits and perks and things like that. So definitely take advantage of that, but don't just stay around because you're comfortable. Always be looking, always be scanning the horizon and seeing what's next and what's coming up. And the other takeaway I think we have to remember as drivers is that it is very important to diversify your ride sharing or your sharing economy income, because you never know when Sidecar might announce they're going out of business. Today is December 30th, 2015 that I'm recording this. They announced they're going out of business on the 29th, yesterday, and they're going out of business tomorrow. So if you were only a Sidecar driver and relying on that for income, you're kind of screwed. So it's very important to diversify, sign up for a bunch of apps. The position of power that we have as drivers in this economy is that because the companies don't want to make us employees and guarantee us a minimum wage and things like that, we have the ability to work as little or as much as we want and whenever we want. So there's no commitments. So sign up for a bunch of apps, especially when there's a great sign-up bonus or something like that. And then you always have the opportunity to go and work for that app when you need to. Now, is Uber going to go out of business and give us 2 days notice? That's probably not going to happen. They're a really big established company at this point, but they might change their rates. They might lower their rates and give you 2 days notice. I've seen it happen a bunch of times before. So keep that in mind. Remember to always take advantage of every opportunity, and also diversify your ride sharing or sharing economy work, and make sure you have a bunch of different sources of income from that, because you never know when you might need one, or when a certain company might start offering really great pay or something along those lines. So let's always keep those things in mind going forward, and use those aspects of Sidecar's failure as a lesson to us in the future. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you guys soon.